A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Welcome, everyone, to Heartbeat Theater. This is the sound of trouble. It will strike relentlessly with unerring accuracy at all men everywhere in the world sometime in their life. To meet its challenge, wherever it strikes, whatever its nature, an ever-vigilant corps of men and women stand ready to do battle, the soldiers of the Salvation Army, with heart to God and hand to man. From Hollywood, the Salvation Army presents Heartbeat Theater, stories of the widespread, vital, and necessary work of the dedicated men and women of this worldwide organization. This is your host, C.P. McGregor, inviting you to be our guest for the next half hour. Every man has his own philosophy of life, and whether or not you admire it or he follows it, he's still entitled to it. In our story this week, a certain young man had a unique philosophy considering his circumstances and managed to pass it along at just the right time. Our story's titled A Wind at Thanksgiving, written by Robert Mackenzie, and Bill Keane stars as Larry. Here's Act 1 of A Wind at Thanksgiving.
Red, over here. We're safe for about half an hour. We gotta split up. You know this town?
No.
Neither do I. All right, you're on your own. Now, whatever you do, stay out of sight. If the cops find either of us, they'll know the other one's around. And we're both right back in the clink.
Where are you going to go, Larry?
I don't know. Hey, look at that.
Huh?
That little island out in the bay. Looks like there's a shack on it back in those trees. Ha! That's for me. I'll see you around, buddy.
Hey, how are you going to get out there?
Don't worry. I'll find something.
Hey, you! Bring back that boat! I'm back here! You hear me?
Hurricane. Heading this way? Yeah, okay, Ray. Thanks very much for your warning. We'll get started right away. Stewart?
Yes, Major?
Stu, we've got trouble.
On the day before Thanksgiving? Major, you gotta be kidding.
I wish I was. Hurricane Emily has changed course. She's heading right for us now. We've got about 8 hours before she hits the coast with 120-mile-an-hour winds.
Holy smoke, and we're the coast.
Right, so we've got to move fast. All those home league ladies baking turkeys in the kitchen have got to be sent home. They'll be evacuating this area, and they'll want to go home and get ready.
Right.
Then get Joe to help you and get all the cooked food down into the basement. We're far enough away from the water that they may want to shelter some people here, and we can take about 50. I'll get hold of Major Landrum at Men's Social. The evacuation people will need all the trucks he can spare and his mobile canteen unit.
How about blankets, cots? We got enough for about 10 or 12, that's all.
Good thought. I'll call Ted Myers at the department store, and he'll give us anything we need.
Right. Major, just how bad could this be?
Pretty bad. These winds could tear up this town in a minute, at least down by the waterfront. Anything exposed to that force is as good as gone.
We better get started.
That's right. Now, they're going to broadcast warnings on radio and TV, but a lot of people won't be listening. The police will be going door to door, but they won't have time for everybody, and the Salvation Army's been asked to make house calls in the areas nearest to them. I'll get started on that right now, and you get busy with the rest.
Okay, Major, right away. But it's a heck of a way to spend Thanksgiving.
Lucille, are you cooking in there? It's awfully hot in the house.
Yes, Mother. I'm trying to fix a little dinner. It'll be ready in a few minutes.
Well, can't you open a window? You know I like a little fresh air.
All right, Mother. Oh, come on.
Lucille?
Just a minute, please, Mother.
What's the matter?
The window is stuck again. Oh! Oh!
Now, what's the matter?
I pinched my finger. It's open now.
Why don't you get Mr. Collier to fix that window? You're always having trouble with it.
Oh, Mother, for heaven's sakes. He's giving us the place to live. I can't ask him to repair it, too.
Mighty poor house even to give to somebody.
Well, you'll just have to put up with it, whether you like it or not. It's all we've got until I get enough put away to pay rent somewhere else. Oh, I wish you'd stop complaining so much.
Don't you talk to me in that tone of voice, young lady. You just remember I'm your mother.
You never let me forget that, do you? Oh, I'm so sorry, Mother. I keep forgetting you're sick.
Nice of you to remember that once in a while. Most of the time you don't know I'm around.
Why don't you save all that complaining for Major Duncan? He said he'd be by today sometime with your Thanksgiving turkey.
Yours, too. I notice you eat enough of it.
How do you like being a charity case for the 4th straight year?
Lucille.
I'm sorry, Mother, but I'm just fed up. Work, and what do you get? Barely enough to make ends meet. A broken-down old house and nothing works right. I can't even have dinner without somebody else's help.
Oh, dear, you needn't take it out on Major Duncan.
No, I'm not. It's just that I'm sick of always being on somebody's handout list.
Well, if you get a better job.
But I can't. Look at me. What kind of a job can I get at my age? Oh, the dinner. It's ruined.
That's all right, lady. I won't hurt you. But I got a gun and I don't want any trouble.
Stewart?
Hi, Major. Everything's pretty well taken care of. Mr. Myers just called to say the blankets and stuff are ready to be picked up, and Major Landrum's trucks are probably down at the evacuation site by now.
Yes, thank God. I saw them on my way back here. Anybody come in yet?
Yes, sir. We've got about 15 people down in the basement now. A few of the kids were pretty scared, but your wife's got them singing songs.
Good. Well, at least we'll have enough turkey to feed an army. Oh, turkey. Oh, my gosh.
What is it?
I just remembered. I was supposed to take one out to the Finleys out on Sand Island. I wonder if they know about this storm.
You mean that sour-faced old gal and her crabby mother?
Well, that's an unfortunately accurate description, Stu, but they're still deserving of help for all that. This wind could blow their little island right out of the water.
Yeah, the turkey's out, but you better call them about this hurricane.
Well, I have no phone. Got a radio, I think, but there's no telling whether they're listening or not. I pray they are.
Yeah. The wind's coming up a bit. Pretty rough out on that bay now.
Yeah. That little motorboat Collier gave them is the only way they can get back and forth. They always land at Fred Geller's dock. I'd better give him a call and see if they've come in yet.
right, get away from that stove over by the table.
Who are you?
You alone here?
Is that the Major, Lucille?
Who's that?
It's my mother. Look, what do you want?
Tell her to come out here.
She can't. She's sick. She's in bed.
Lucille, is that the Major? I want to see him.
Well, tell her something.
But what?
How should I know?
Lucille, what's going on out there? If that's the Major, I want to see him. I don't want you filling his ears with a lot of lies about me. Lucille, you hear me?
That's your mother? Shut that window before everybody ashore hears her. Hey, you, pipe down. Quit that yelling.
Who is that, Lucille?
I told you to pipe down. Now, I'm not going to hurt anybody.
Mother, he's got a gun.
Will you shut up and close that window like I told you to?
Can't. It's stuck.
What do you want with us? You get out of here.
Can't make it budge.
Why do you have that gun? We don't have anything. There's nothing to take here. Oh, what have you done to her?
For Pete's sake, everybody quiet! Now, let's get one thing straight. I didn't come here to steal anything, and I didn't come here to hurt anybody. I didn't think anybody lived in this shack.
What do you want here? Why did you come?
I needed a place to hole up, as far away from people as I could get. This was the place I picked.
But you can't stay here.
Sure I can. Who's going to stop me?
But why do you have to hide? What have you done?
You ask a lot of questions, don't you? Since I'm going to be here for a while, I guess you might as well know. Me and a buddy were being transferred to the big prison upstate. We decided we wouldn't like the accommodations, so we made a break. We both went our separate ways, and I ended up here. And I'm going to stay here until I think it's safe.
How long?
If all this carrying on I just heard is a sample of what goes on in here, not very long. 3, maybe 4 days. You don't worry about it. Just think of me as a house guest. Major, you can't go out there now. That bay's nothing but white water.
I've got to, Stu. It's been 3 hours, and Geller says they haven't come in yet. It's obvious they don't know about the storm.
Can't somebody else go after them? The Coast Guard or somebody? Why should you go? You're needed here.
I called the Coast Guard, and they can't get a boat out there inside of an hour and a half. As for my going out there, I've got an oath to live up to, with heart to God and hand to man. God's got my heart, sir. My hand's available to anyone in trouble. And those women are in trouble. You and my wife can manage just fine till I get back. It shouldn't take more than an hour.
Major, please. You'll be swamped before you get halfway there.
I've got a prayer that says I won't. Plus a goodly number of years handling boats out in that bay. Tell my wife where I've gone and keep an eye on things. I'll see you later.
That was the first act of A Wind at Thanksgiving with Bill Keane starring as Larry. The time for Thanksgiving is almost here, and we'd like to offer a suggestion or two as to how you might approach it. Take a few minutes off this Thanksgiving and have a good look at your bank balance of life. The balance of what you've given as against that which you've received. For, like any bank account, you only get out of life what you put in it. And then, just before you sit down to that marvelous dinner, bursting with color and redolent with the fragrance of good cooking, give your thanks to God, not only for the meal, but for everything large or small that you've received this year. And may we, along with the men and women of the Salvation Army, wish you a really meaningful Thanksgiving. Now, with Bill Keane as Larry, here's Act 2 of A Wind at Thanksgiving.
Looks like I got here just in time, huh? The wind's kicking up quite a fuss.
I wish you'd never come. Everything's gone wrong. Just everything.
Oh, come on. Stop your bawling, will you? You look like you could use some company.
Not yours.
Just trying to be friendly. So you got anything to eat around here? Bacon and eggs, maybe?
You're hungry?
I've been hungry all my life, lady. But right now I'm starving. Hey, what was that you were cooking up when I came in?
Tuna casserole. It burned. The oven door jammed.
Oh, your dinner, huh? It's too bad. I like tuna.
It's cheap.
So what? It's food, isn't it? Why don't you fix some bacon and eggs? We'll all have dinner.
We have little enough in this house.
So be grateful for what you got. Get busy.
Don't you order me around.
Look, if you stand around all night crying, we'll all be miserable. Relax. Take it easy. We can all sit around the table and be friendly for a while, huh? Yeah. That's better. Hey, Mom. How come you're sick? What's the matter with you?
None of your business.
Just trying to show a little interest.
I'd only be interested in your leaving.
Lucille, that's your name?
Yes.
How come you live here? I mean, why'd you pick this place?
What's the matter with it?
Well, nothing. It just seems to be so far away from everything.
My employer let us have it. It's his. Uses it during the summer.
Ah, your boss, huh? Well, that's nice of him. Not a bad place.
If you like living in a shack.
Oh, it's not so bad. You got a little rent problem, huh?
That's none of your business.
Oh, take it easy. It's nothing to be ashamed about. Happens to a lot of people. Look, it'll work out. You're lucky you got a boss who'll give you a place like this.
Some place. It's a dump. Nothing works.
Just takes a little fixing. Maybe after dinner I'll have a look around. Straighten out a few things.
Why should you?
Why not? Gives me something to pass the time. Besides, you're feeding me for 3 or 4 days. The least I can do. I bet you get a great view from here on a clear day.
I've never noticed.
Well, why not?
Why bother?
Oh, for Pete's sake, what kind of a life do you live anyway? You ever do anything but argue with your mother?
Look here, that's none of your...
I know that's none of my business. Okay. Hey, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, isn't it? You going to have a turkey?
No.
Oh, yes, we are. Salvation Army's bringing it out.
The Sally's. Great.
Oh, sure, that's wonderful.
Hey, it's bugging you anyway, huh? You know, I don't get you.
Look, I'm just sick and tired of being on everybody's handout list, that's all. Okay?
No. I still don't get it. It seems to me
I don't care what it seems to you. I'm poor and I'm sick of it. I've never been able to get a decent job because I've had my mother to look after. My boss graciously donates this dump because I can't afford to pay rent. I owe 4 months on the food bill, and they're just letting me take it out of the store. I can't pay the doctor, but he goes on taking care of Mother anyway. And even my Thanksgiving dinner comes courtesy of the Salvation Army. It's all charity handout. None of it is mine.
Well, so what? You still got a roof over your head. You still got food. Why be sour about it? Be grateful you got a break.
Break? You call living like this a break?
You're darn right I do. What do you think Thanksgiving's all about, huh? You know, people like you make me sick. Got everything in the world to be thankful for, and all you can do is gripe.
Oh, what have I got to be thankful for? Suppose you tell me that.
Well, this place, for one thing. Well, sure, it ain't much, but it's still a home. You've got windows to look out of. Most of mine have had bars on them. You've got trees all around you. Most of the ones I've ever seen was in pictures. You got a job. You got a boss who'll give you a place like this to live in until you get squared away. Oh, how many people you know will do that for you these days? You got your health. You got your freedom. You even got the Salvation Army on your side. Lady, compared to me, you've got so much going for you that you ought to get down on your knees shouting thank you from now till doomsday.
Yes. What do you know about it? What makes you so holier than thou?
Yeah, you're right. What do I know about it? I'm just a crook A bum, a nothing. You know, it's funny, though. You see a lot, kind of life I lead. See, people don't care. They don't give anything. They just don't want to bother with you. If everybody gave something, just some little bit.
Why should they?
Well, why not? Look at you. You're so stuck in your rut, you're spoiled rotten. You don't care about anything. You don't give anything. Well, okay, if that's the way you want it, that's fine. But what have you gotten back? Pretty much the same thing, right? You happy with that?
Oh, leave me alone.
Sure. Why should I bother with you? Now, how about that food?
Mother!
The window broke. The whole house is falling down. The wind's going to kill us.
Now, take it easy, Mom. You're going to be all right. Let's take her in the other room. This wall looks like it's about to fall in.
Come on, Mother.
You got a boat?
Yes.
You better take the old lady and get ashore while you can still make it. This looks like a hurricane.
I can't.
You've got to. The bay's rough, but you can still make it. Go on now.
But what about you?
Never mind about me. I'm not going back there. I'll make out.
But you'll be killed.
Well, what's that to you? Now get.
What happened? What happened? Are you hurt?
I want my leg. I think it's broken.
I don't know what to do. I've never set a broken leg.
Then leave it alone. Get out of here.
Cecile, Mrs. Finley.
Oh, Major Duncan. Oh, thank God. The house is starting to fall down.
I've got a boat outside. We'll have to leave right now. We haven't much time.
I don't know.
It's your only chance.
Will you get out of here?
No. Major, there's a man hurt back here.
What? Where?
What are you doing? Beat it.
Is your leg broken?
Never mind that. Get these two idiots out of here.
No, you have to go too. We just can't leave you here.
Of course not. Lucille, see if you can help me move this beam.
I can't go back there. The cops are looking for me.
That's not important now. You'll die if you stay here.
We've almost got it, Major. Oh, hold on just a little bit. We'll get you out.
Well, I'll be darned. Finally waking up, huh? Gonna give a little, huh? Thanks, sister. You're not so bad after all. Save it for where it counts, though. Don't bother with guys like me.
No, you said everybody, and you were right.
What are you talking about? There. Straight.
Not hard, Major. But thanks anyway.
Never mind about that now. You'll get your chance. Maybe we can help you. Now, can you stand up if I help you up? No.
Yeah. You see what I mean about the break, sis? Even guys like me get them.
What are you talking about? Come on, let's get moving.
Yeah, she'll tell you about it when we get back. It's just that it's Thanksgiving. And even I got something to be thankful for. Let's go, Major.
And there's the final act of A Wind at Thanksgiving, starring Bill Keane as Lowry. Also heard were Lynn Allen, Grace Leonard, and Frank Gerstle. Be sure to be with us again next week for another Heartbeat Theater story, a presentation of the Salvation Army. Heartbeat Theater is produced in Hollywood and broadcast overseas through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service. And remember, if you have a problem, if you're troubled or distressed, share it with your nearest Salvation Army officer. He's available for spiritual counseling or material help, and he wants to help you. So, until next week, this is your host, C.P. McGregor, saying thanks for listening, and have a happy week ahead.
did you hear that, the whistle?
Sure do, Amos. That whistle means rinse-o white, rinse-o bright, rinse-o new.
Yeah, that's right, and it means that this is Sunday and we was on the air for 1950 Rinso with Solium.
Andy Show with Ernestine Wade, Lou Lubin, Johnny Lee, Willard Waterman, Jeff Alexander and his orchestra, and radio's all-time favorites, Amos and Andy. Yes, sir, the Amos and Andy Show, brought to you by Lever Brothers Company, makers of new 1950 Rinso with Solium, the soap that gets your clothes whiter and brighter than new.
Rinso white, rinso bright,
Rinse-o new.
happy little wash day song.
Last year, at the Thanksgiving celebration at Sapphire's mother's house, George Kingfish Stevens surprised the 22 assembled relatives by getting to his feet and making the following irrevocable statement.
Yeah, folks, I was telling each and every one of you sweet people that 1 year from today, you was all invited to my house for a big Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, another year has rolled around, and once again, the happy Thanksgiving season is here. And this morning, when Sapphire reminded the Kingfish of his invitation, he turned to his wife and said sweetly,
What, have them 22 vultures here for Thanksgiving? I won't have them. I'll commit suicide first.
George Stevens, you done invited them here, and they's coming. And that's all there is to it.
Well, now listen, Sapphire, we can't feed that mob of gluttons.
Gluttons? Why, at Mama's house last year, they all had perfect manners.
Perfect manners, huh? Why, when that food come on, they charge for the table like Notre Dame's backfield.
George, you're getting all worked up over nothing. If we get a 15-pound turkey, that'll be plenty.
Not if your mama's there, it won't. 15-pound turkey is just like one hors d'oeuvre to that old local.
George, you can complain all you want, but you is the one that invited my relatives. Now, what you gonna do about it?
Well, maybe we can take them out to eat.
Take them out to eat? Why could you take 22 people?
Well, I might be able to make reservations at the Salvation Army. I don't know.
Now, listen, George, we're going to have dinner here at home, and you is going to provide the dinner, and that's final.
Well, now, wait a minute, Sapphire.
George, I want to start off the meal with a shrimp cocktail. Then salad, cranberry sauce, candied yams, mince pie, pumpkin pie, and a nice turkey.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to get a pretty light turkey because all I got is $1.25, I tell you.
George Stevens, this is one thing you ain't getting out of. I ain't going to be embarrassed in front of my relatives. Now, you get out of here and find some way to get us a Thanksgiving dinner or there's going to be fireworks and not because it's the 4th of July. Do you get that, you no good loafing bum? I'm going to the bedroom.
Holy smokes, why did I have to marry a woman with a Dynaflow mouth? Well, come on, Anna. Let's walk on down to the lodge hall.
Okay, Kingfish. You was really upset about your in-laws coming, ain't you?
Oh, yeah, Anna, yeah. I'm really in trouble already. I got a pre-motor Thanksgiving dinner by Thursday.
Yeah, well, with all them relatives coming, I guess you ain't got no alternative.
Well, I wish they'd never started this Thanksgiving thing in the first place. If them pilgrims had only stayed back in Siberia where they belong, we wouldn't be...
I guess that Paul Revere is as much to blame as anybody. Riding around town on a horse shouting, "The Pilgrims is coming."
Yeah, that's sort of thing, all right. Then on Thanksgiving Day, the Pilgrims asked all the in-laws to come in, and then they went out and shot turkeys for them.
Yeah.
That's where they made the mistake. If they had any sense, they'd have shot the in-laws instead. That would have been a nice custom to carry on through the years.
Hey, you know, Kingfish, if you has got to feed all them in-laws...
Hey, did you see the way that truck skidded around the corner?
Sure did.
Hey, wait a minute, Anna.
Now, where are you going, Kingfish?
A package just fell off the back of that truck. Let me get it.
Yeah, go ahead, get it. What is it, Kingfish? What you got?
Wait a minute, Anna. Wait a minute. There's a little hole in the wrapping paper here. Let me take a squint inside.
Well.
Andy, you won't believe what's in there. The hand of fate just slipped me a turkey.
A turkey?
Yeah, it's all cooked and everything. All you got to do is to heat it. Come on, Andy. Let's take it in the lodge hall here while I get my bearings here.
Yeah, let me see the thing.
Yeah, go ahead, peek through the little hole in the bag. Yeah, it's all done up in wax paper. Look at that.
Oh, look at there, boy. Yes, golden brown.
Yeah, come on in the lodge hall here and let's close the door. Well, Andy, that was a lucky break. And I can't take the turkey back because the truck went by so fast that neither one of us see the name on it to tell who the thing belongs to. You see, we can't.
It was Thompson's market.
I say we can't. You got a dinosaur mouth too, ain't you?
Listen, all I say was it was Thompson's market.
I didn't hear a word you say and stop hollering Thompson's market at me. Didn't nobody see nothing.
The address was 487 West 135th Street.
Listen, Andy.
And the telephone number was Lehigh 59256.
Listen, Andy, did you ever hear the old saying, speech is silver and silence is gold?
Yeah, I hear that.
Well, why don't you put your big mouth back on the gold standard then?
All I can tell you is what I see with my own eyes. I seed the truck.
You know what happened to you, don't you?
What?
You done see the mirage.
A mirage? What is that?
Well, that's a common thing, Andy. Like when you was out on the desert. You see something there that ain't there, that's all.
Well, if it ain't there, how do you see it?
Well, binoculars.
Yeah, I never thought of that. That's right, yeah. But it's still kind of funny that I see the truck with letters on it nearly a foot high.
Yeah, funny, all right, yeah.
But you say that was a mirage that skidded around that corner, huh? Sure was a big one.
Yeah, well, Andy, there's bigger mirages than that.
There is?
Yeah, you take one of them steamships that cruises around the world that I heard about. It's one of them tropical islands in the Pacific. The passengers went ashore, danced with the natives, picked bananas off the trees, ate coconuts, and spent 2 glorious weeks at the place before they found out there was no island there at all.
Yeah, well, that sure makes this truck mirage look like nothing.
Oh, yeah, and now that I've convinced you that you didn't see what you saw, now let me figure out where I'm going to keep this turkey. I wonder if you would mind keeping it in your icebox, Andy.
Well, wait a minute here. What's the matter with that refrigerator you got, Kingfish?
Well, I'll tell you, Andy, I had a little difference of opinion with the electric company about 2 months ago, and they done severed my connections. That's what they done.
Okay, then, I'll keep it for you. But, Kingfish, I still don't think you're doing the right thing keeping the turkey that don't belong to you. That's liable to start bothering your conscience.
Well, Andy, I just convinced you that neither one of us know where it come from.
Yeah, well, I know that we don't know where it come from.
Yeah, well, then what does you expect me to do?
Why don't you take it back to Thompson's Mirage on 135th Street?
Oh, man. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I ain't had a wink of sleep yet. I don't know why I can't sleep. All my problems are solved. I got that turkey and everything. Why can't I sleep?
I'll tell you why you can't sleep, George.
Who that?
It's me, George, your conscience.
Conscience, what did you bother me for now?
It's that turkey, George. You know it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to Thompson's Market. And mark my words, if you insist on keeping that turkey, you'll never be able to enjoy it.
I won't be able to enjoy that turkey. Conscience, you ain't got as much sense as I thought you had.
And another thing, George. It's little things like taking a turkey that doesn't belong to you that lead to bigger things. This may well be your first step toward a life of crime.
Yeah, but you don't understand, Conscience. On one side, there might be a life of crime. But on the other side, I'd have to face 22 of my wife's relatives without no turkey. They give Joan of Arc a better deal than that, you know.
All right, George, have it your way. But remember what I said about starting a life of crime. One of these days, you'll find yourself in a big gray building with bars on it.
You mean they'll put me in a...
Yes, and it won't be a mirage either.
Oh, no.
Happy little wash takes long for a wash that's whiter and brighter than new. Rinso washes, Rinso new. Rinso white,
whiter than new.
Rinso bright,
brighter than new.
Rinso white, Rinso white.
Rinso new.
Rinso new. It's an amazing fact. 1950 Rinso with Solium gets white clothes whiter, washable colors brighter than new. Rinso new. Even on rainy days, Rinso puts sunshine in your wash. No other soap can make your wash so white, so bright, because no other soap contains the scientific sunlight ingredient, Solium. 1950 Rinso gets out more dirt. Yes, gets out more dirt than any other type of wash day product. And yet Rinso is so safe for clothes, so kind to your hands. Get Rinso today. See your wash become whiter, brighter than new.
Rinso white, Rinso white.
Rinso new.
Happy little wash day song.
Oh, me. I don't know why I feel so tired today. I guess it's because I didn't get no sleep last night with that conscience bothering me. Well, come in, Shorty. Greetings of the holiday season.
Yeah, Happy Easter. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. You can't. What day is it?
Well, Thanksgiving is the one I was talking about, Shorty. And I'm going to tell you something. I was in a mess about the thing, too. You see, I done something a little wrong. And all last night, a voice kept nagging at me, keeping me awake and making me miserable.
Yeah, Kenfield. You ought to put a muzzle on that sapphire.
Yeah. No, Shorty, no. I tell you what, it was just my conscience that was bothering me.
Why was that bothering you for?
Well, the gust of the thing is that I found a turkey, and, well, I didn't know what to do about it, so... my conscience wants me to return the thing, you see. And the thing that really got me, Shorty, is that my conscience said to me that a little thing like taking a turkey, just taking one turkey now, might lead to a life of crime. You think there's any truth to that, Shorty?
Oh, yeah. That's the way it is in life. That's the way it is in life, Kinsley. The little things lead up to bigger things. Look what happened to my father.
Yeah, well, what happened to that?
One day, Papa, he went into a market, and while the clerk wasn't looking, he took a can of sardines, and the next day he took a jar of pickles, and from there he went on to take them Swiss cheese, liverwurst, salami, smoked tongue, and whole ham.
Holy smoke! He took all that stuff. What finally happened to him?
Oh, well, he went to the police. He gave himself up to the detail. He decided to come clean with it, but he opened the delicatessen.
Oh, me. Oh, with that conscience bothering me half the night, I didn't get much sleep. I'm going to see if I can catch a little catnap on the sofa here. I'll lay down here in the lodge hall and take a little nap. Turkey leading to a life of crime. That's the craziest thing I ever heard. Oh. I better get some sleep here and forget about that crime stuff. After all, it could never happen to me. Life of crime. Life of crime.
Calling all cars, pick up George Stevens for turkey snatching. Calling all cars, pick up George Stevens for jewelry store robbery. Calling all cars, pick up George Stevens for armed bank holdup. Calling all cars, pick up George Stevens for blowing up Fort Knox. Shoot on sight.
All right, Stevens, come out of that alley. We got you covered.
I ain't coming out. You'll never take me. I won't confess. I won't confess. Where do I sign, fellas?
Gentlemen of the jury, you have reached a verdict in the case of the state of New York versus Mad Dog Stevens. Foreman Amos Jones, what is your verdict?
Well, we find the defendant guilty on all counts and recommend the death penalty.
Was the jury's decision unanimous?
Well, we had no disagreement except one there. 6 of us wanted to hang him and 6 of us wanted to burn him. Amos, you can't do this to me.
The prisoner will please stand in front of the bench while the judge pronounces sentence.
George Stevens, are you ready for me to pass sentence?
Well, where's Sapphire, the judge?
You have been duly convicted by a jury of 12 turkeys, and I hereby sentence you to be taken to Thompson's Market, where on January 15th at 8 o'clock in the evening you will be put to death in the electric chair. Tickets now on sale at the box office.
Oh, no, Sapphire. Not the chair, not the chair. Oh, it's you, Warden. Don't just stand there. Say something to me.
Hello.
Andy, you the warden?
Yeah, what about it?
Andy, you gotta help me. Look, they ain't fooling. They has already split my pants leg. What's next, Andy? What's next?
Well, we usual shaves the top of the prisoner's head, but you got a pretty clean job there today.
Warden, ain't there nothing you can do for me?
Well, I got a little surprise for you, Mad Dog. I was going to give you the juice at 8 o'clock, but I got you an hour's stay of execution.
Yeah, well, got some hope. What did I get to stay for?
Well, I'm going to watch television tonight, and I don't want the tube to go dim during Arthur Godfrey.
Oh, me. Why did I ever start off by taking the turkey?
Well, it's too late now, and I got to run along, too. I got to speak to the reporters that's going to cover the thing for the papers.
Yeah, what is you going to speak to them about?
Oh, I'm going to tell them to control their laughing and giggling during the festivities. All right, guard, you can bring in the prisoner's last meal.
Oh, me, my last meal. What is it, guard?
Well, it's going to be pork and it's going to be fine. Nice baked Virginia roast turkey with Thompson dressing.
No, I don't want no turkey. Take it away. Take it. Uh-oh. Oh, what a terrible dream that was. 2 minutes more and I woke up dead. Oh, me. I don't know whether to give up the turkey or face them 22 relatives. I don't know what to do.
Hi, Kingfish.
Andy, you just the man I want to see. You sure is a fine pal.
What's the matter, Kingfish?
Watching television while I'm sitting there burning in the electric chair. Andy, don't ever speak to me again.
This is Ken Carpenter. You know, friends, I'm not easily amazed, but here's something that never fails to impress me. A wash done with new 1950 Rinso turns out not just whiter, but whiter than new, and washable colors brighter than new, because only Rinso contains Solium. Now, it's a proven fact that no other soap can get your wash so white or colors so bright. Your clothes turn out Rinso new. Why, you know, even on rainy days, even if you have to dry your wash indoors, wonderful Rinso with Solium puts sunshine in your wash. 1950 Rinso gets out more dirt than any other type of wash day product. Yet Rinso is so safe for clothes, so kind to your hands. You better stop in at the store and get the economical giant size of new 1950 Rinso with Solium. And then see for yourself what an amazingly beautiful wash new Rinso gives you.
Well, I'll get on into Calhoun's office here. I got to do something about that turkey. I couldn't stand no more of them awful dreams. Hello there, Calhoun.
Be with you in a minute, Kingfish. I'll just dictate a letter here to my secretary. And so, gentlemen, if you will take care of this matter referred to above, I'm sure we can come to terms which will be mutually satisfactory. Yours very truly, Algonquin J. Calhoun.
Wait a minute, Calhoun. Who is you dictating this letter to? Ain't nobody here but the two of us.
Well, but doggone, I keep forgetting that gal quit this morning.
Calhoun, the reason I come to see you, I really in a dilemma here today.
What's it about, Kingfish?
Yeah, well, now look, I found a turkey that didn't belong to me, and my conscience is telling me to take it back. So on one side, I got my conscience bothering me, and on the other side, I got a 15-pound turkey. Now, what would you do in a spot like that with a turkey?
Set the oven at 470 degrees and baste it every hour.
But you see, my conscience won't let me do it.
Well, tell me this. Does you know who really owned the turkey?
Well, I guess I does if I forces myself. Thompson's Market.
Well, the only thing I can see for you to do Kingfish, is to raise the money and then pay Thompson.
Yeah, but who I gonna raise the money from? That's the problem.
Well, Andy Brown is your best friend, ain't he?
Yeah, he's the best friend I got.
Well, what good is a friend if you can't jip him?
That's what I'll do. I'll figure out some way to get the money from Andy.
Well, if I don't see you for the next few days, Kingfish, I hope you have a very happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, thank you. Why are you eating Thanksgiving, Calhoun?
Well, you see, every Thanksgiving for the past 3 years, I've been taking the turkey up to my girlfriend's house. Yeah, boy, she really loves it. She always so grateful when I bring the turkey that she throws her arms around me and we smooch for an hour.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, but you know something? I got a faint suspicion that gal is cheating on me.
What you mean?
I looked in the icebox last night and there was 18 turkeys.
Well, I'll get in Anna's room here. That saying of Calhoun, what good is a friend if you can't jip him, sound like an old proverb of mine.
Come in. Oh, hiya, Kingfish.
Yeah, well, hello there, brother. Andy, glad to see you, old pal. Glad to see you. Well, what you doing sitting down in the chair there, brother Andy?
Oh, I'll be with you in a minute, Jeff. You know, I've been walking around all day, and I just changed my socks.
Changing your socks, huh?
Yeah, I'm changing the right one to the left foot and the left one to the right.
Yeah, I guess, that's good already. Rotating the socks is a good idea. Yeah, then the hole don't always come up on the big toe, do it?
Yeah, what you doing? Did you come up here to get your turkey out of my icebox?
Not yet, Andy, old pal, my friend. I just come up here to cheer you up, poor lonesome boy.
To cheer me up?
Yeah, let me put my arm around you here. I love you, Andy.
Yeah, I know.
You know, he and Sapphire was talking about you this morning. Talking about how sad it is that you got to spend this gay holiday season all by yourself. You know, I got all choked up about it, Andy.
You did, huh?
Oh, yeah. I blubbered so much at breakfast, I cried right in my plate.
Oh.
Yeah, my tears filled up all them little squares in my waffle I was eating. I tell you, it's a sad thing, Andy. You being all alone in this miserable room here.
Yeah, what is you driving at, Kingfish?
Well, Andy, I was extenuating you an invitation to have Thanksgiving dinner with us.
No fooling. You mean you want me to come up to your place for Thanksgiving dinner?
Yeah, Andy. I'm inviting you in consideration of our long friendship, our lifelong association, and a small sum of $15. Yeah.
$15? You know, Kingfish, when you start slapping me on the back, sooner or later, your hand always slips down to my wallet.
Well, now, wait a minute, Andy. Think of what you're getting for your money. That $15 entitles you to a turkey, cranberry sauce, all the fixing, plus the love and affection of 22 genuine relatives. That's what you get.
The love and affection of 22 relatives.
Yeah, that's right. They'll maul all over you just like you was one of the family. Yeah, not only that, Andy, but your $15 entitles you to a ringside seat for the carving, too.
Ringside seat?
That's right, Andy. You'll be right up there with the breast and the second joint set. Not back in the bleachers with the stuffing and gravy crowd.
I tell you, Kingfish, I'd like to come, but tell you the truth, I only got a couple of dollars to tide me over the holidays.
Only got $2?
Yeah, that's all.
Well, you wouldn't enjoy it anyway, Andy. I tell you what, you just bring the turkey by at 1 o'clock on Thursday, come to the back door, and then be on your way.
Yeah, but wait a minute, Kingfish. What was I going to do for Thanksgiving? I ain't got no place to go.
Well, the best thing for you to do is drop down to the mission You liable to run into some other penniless bum down there, and the two of you can be thankful together. See you later. Happy Thanksgiving, man. Well, I done made an honest effort to raise the money to pay back Thompson's market. Now, it ain't my fault that Andy didn't have no money. I'll just keep that turkey, and my conscience is clear.
George?
Yeah. It's you again, Conscience.
You're not doing the right thing. Take that turkey back to Thompson's market.
Now, wait a minute now, Conscience. What are you making such a fuss about? After all, I'll be eating for you, too.
No, George. No, you've got to listen to me.
Well, now, listen. I'm going to do what I want to do.
All right, George, but mark my words. You'll never be able to enjoy that turkey. You'll never enjoy it.
What did that Conscience know? Anyway, I was in the clear. Even if Thompson did miss the turkey, ain't nobody going to find out I had it. When them 22 relatives get through with that bird, there ain't even going to be no caucus delecti, I know. Well, Sapphire, I see all the relatives is in there.
Oh, yeah, George. They all showed up, all 22 of them.
Yeah, there sure is a mess of them, all right. I just walked through the living room. They're all perched up there like a pack of timber wolves.
What time did you say Andy'd be here with the turkey?
Well, I told him to be over here at 1 o'clock. He ought to have been here 5 minutes ago. Hey, wait a minute. That's him at the back door now. Wait a minute. I'll open the door and let him in there. Oh, Brother Andy.
Hi, Kingfish. Hi.
Yeah, well, I see you got the turkey there. And my conscience said that I ain't going to enjoy this thing. Now, give me that turkey, Andy. And you get on down to the mission before they run out of beans, Andy.
You know something, Kingfish? I've been thinking. The other day when you found this turkey, you say that truck that fell off was just a mirage?
Yeah, that's right, Andy. Mirages is a common thing, all right.
It certainly is. And you've got another mirage on your hands.
What you mean, Andy?
Well, this ain't no real turkey. This is one of them plastic jobs the market decorates the window with. Happy Thanksgiving.
You know what's just as good as a box of Rinso for washing clothes?
Certainly. Another box of Rinso.
Millions of women say there's nothing like Rinso. And today more women use Rinso than any other wash day soap in the world. 1950 Rinso with Solium actually gets your white clothes whiter than new and washable colors brighter than new. Your wash is Rinso New. Rinso is great for dishes, too. It makes the hardest part of dishwashing easier. Pots and pans really shine. Get the economical giant-size Rinso with the red Solium label.
Good night, folks.
See you next Sunday.
Be sure to be with us next Sunday at the same time when Lever Brothers Company, the makers of New Rinso with Solium, will again present the Amos and Andy Show.
Lifebuoy Get Skin Cleaner gives you longer all-over protection after your daily bath. Remember, there's not just one or two, but 13 areas of the skin where doctors have found BO. Lifebuoy protects you all over, gives you top 24-hour security. Get Lifebuoy right away.
Be sure and listen to the Amos and Andy Show at this same time next Sunday. And stay tuned for the Edgar Bergen Charlie McCarthy Show, which follows immediately over most of these stations. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Farm, starring Jack Benny, with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don. Ladies and gentlemen, last Thursday was Thanksgiving, and Jack invited his whole gang over for dinner. But let's go back to the day before Thanksgiving. As we look in on Jack's home, he and Rochester are taking inventory to make sure that they have enough of everything for the big event. They're checking all the items in the pantry. As Rochester calls them off, Jack is writing them down.
2 cans of corned beef hash.
2 cans of corned beef hash.
3 cans of cranberry sauce.
3 cans of cranberry sauce.
2 bottles of A1 sauce.
2 bottles of A1 sauce.
97 bottles of olives.
90... Wait a minute, Rochester. Isn't that the same amount of olives that we had last year?
Yeah, we don't use any since Phil Harris left the show.
Oh, yes, Bob Crosby isn't a martini man. Continue, Rochester.
2 bottles of vanilla extract.
2 bottles of vanilla extract.
1 bottle of Lydia Pinkham.
1 bottle of Lydia Pinkham.
12 slices of white bread.
12 slices of white bread.
7 slices of whole wheat bread.
7 slices of whole wheat bread.
Oh, say, boss.
What is it, Rochester?
When we come to the toothpicks, let's just estimate.
Okay for the plain ones, but the colored ones will count. Now, let's finish this.
Yes, sir. 6 bottles of ketchup.
6 bottles of ketchup.
6 bottles of chili sauce.
6 bottles of chili sauce.
3 cans of Puss in Boots cat food.
3 cans of Puss in Boots cat food.
Boss, why have we got that?
I borrowed it from the Colemans.
But we haven't got a cat. Why'd you borrow it?
Well, they were out of butter, and I didn't want to leave empty-handed. We'll use it someday. Continue.
1 sack of Idaho potatoes.
1 sack of Idaho. Rochester, answer the door. I'll finish the inventory.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Rochester.
Oh, hello, Miss Livingston. Welcome to Ralph's Supermarket.
What?
Come right in.
Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. What are you doing up on that stool?
I'll be finished in a minute. I'm just putting some stuff back on the top shelf. Would you please hand me those 2 jars of caviar?
Oh, fine. Fish eggs from a frightened mackerel, and he calls it caviar.
Mary, why do you have to come over here?
Jack, look out! The stool! The cans are falling!
Ooh.
Jack, are you hurt?
No, I'm all right. What are you laughing at?
With those fish eggs in your ear, you look like you're going upstream to spawn.
Upstream to spawn, upstream to spawn. A man nearly killed himself, and you talk about romance. Now, I don't care. Answer that, will you, please?
Okay. Hello, Mr. Benny's residence.
Hey, Mary, how come you're answering the phone? You got new clause in your contract?
No, Bob. Jack would have answered it, but he can't. He's lying on the floor.
Oh, holy smoke, he's getting as bad as my musician.
It isn't that at all. He fell off a stool.
Oh, well, that's what the boys in the band do.
Look, Bob, it's kind of hard to explain, but he fell while checking some stuff in the pantry.
The pantry?
Yeah, he's making sure he's enough of everything for his big Thanksgiving dinner. You're coming, aren't you?
Oh, sure. I bought my ticket 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that was smart. There's no sense waiting till the last minute when the scalpers get hold of them. Just a minute, Bob. Let's talk to Jack. Jack, it's Bob Crosby.
I'll take it. Hello, Bob.
Say, Jack, I wonder if you could give me a couple of extra tickets to next week's broadcast.
Well, I might be able to scrape up 2. Who are they for?
Well, to tell you the truth, they're for Remley, but he was afraid to ask you.
Well, he should be after what happened last time. He gave that ticket to his girl, and she almost started a riot in the studio. Imagine her walking up and down the aisle doing a thing like that.
Oh, but that wasn't her fault, Jack. The band never should have played A Pretty Girl Is Like a Melody.
All right, but where did she get the balloon? Where did she get the balloon?
Where'd you get the pen?
Never mind. All right, Bob, I'll give you the tickets at rehearsal.
Thank you, Jack. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bob always has to call me when I'm busy. Oh, Rochester.
What is it, boss?
I knocked over all these cans when I fell off the stool. Will you pick them up while I go on with the inventory?
Yes, sir.
Mary, will you please help me? I'll call up the items and you write them down.
Oh, sure, Jack.
5 bottles of vinegar.
5 bottles of vinegar.
3 bottles of real lemon juice.
3 bottles of real lemon juice.
4,500 cans of Minute Maid orange juice.
4,500 cans of Minute Maid orange juice.
Wasn't that a wonderful guest spot I did on Bing's program? I had to give 500 cans to my agents, you know. Now, let's keep going, Mary. 1 leg of lamb.
1 leg of lamb.
2 packages of bacon.
2 packages of bacon.
1 side of beef.
Jack, that's me.
Oh, hello, Don.
Hello, Jack. Hi, Mary.
Hello, Don.
Jack, I know you're very busy, but I brought the Sportsman Quartet with me. They want to run over the commercial for the program.
That's nice. And by the way, Don, I hope I didn't forget to invite you and the Sportsman to Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, no, you invited us. Jack, I feel awfully popular this year.
Popular?
Yeah, besides your invitation, I've been invited to Harry Von Zell's house, Dinah Shore's house, and Jimmy Wallington's house for Thanksgiving dinner, too.
Which one are you going to?
All of them.
Silly me. Well, Don, I'm really kind of busy getting things ready for my dinner.
Well, Jack, this commercial won't take very long, and it's in keeping with the Thanksgiving spirit.
Oh, well, then let's hear it.
All right. Take it, fellas.
I thank you, my darling. I offer thanks to you. Thanks for all the lovely delight I found in your embrace. I'm thankful, though I know it's ending all too soon. And thanks for unforgettable nights I never can replace. And memories that linger like a haunting tune. It is better to have loved you, dear, and lost than never to have loved at all. It is better, for no matter what the cost, I held the world in sway, an emperor for a day. And thanks for all those luckies we shared, each puff a real delight. Now thanks to you, a lucky is the smoke I light. Quite a lucky, it's a fresher, smoother smoke that's made of fine tobacco, too. Papa Lucky, you like Lucky's better taste, and there are no loose ends to ever annoy your friends. So thanks again for putting me wise to smoking paradise, for changing me to LSFC. My thanks, I really thank you. Thanks for all those good old lucky strikes.
That was great, Don. Very, very good.
Ah, thanks, Jack. Well, guess I better be getting on home.
Well, I'll walk to the door with you.
Okay.
Say, Don, I've been wanting to ask you something for a long time.
What is it, Jack?
Well, even though the Sportsmen have been with me 5 years now, I never did find out how they formed their group. Funny, I never asked you about that.
That's quite an interesting story, Jack. It started up in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas?
Yeah. 2 of the boys were singing as a duet in the Flamingo, and 2 of them were singing as a duet at the Sahara.
Uh-huh.
And just by chance, they got together and formed a quartet.
Well, I'll be darned. 2 and 2. They made 4 the hard way, didn't they? Well, so long, Don. See you and the boys Thursday.
So long.
Well, I better go back and finish the inventory. Say, Mary.
Just a minute, Jack. Go ahead, Rochester.
12 cans of crushed pineapple.
12 cans of crushed pineapple.
19 cans of condensed milk.
19 cans of condensed milk.
2,456 cans.
Cans? Cans of what?
Just cans. Mr. Benny don't throw nothing away.
Certainly not. I pay them and hang them on Christmas trees. Now, Mary, I can finish this up with Rochester, so...
Shall I answer it, boss?
No, don't bother getting down from the stool. I'll answer it. I have to get this inventory finished before we...
Oh, Mr. Benny, I just came over to ask you if you...
Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello. Mr. Benny, I just come over to ask you if you...
How do you feel, kid?
Fine. Mr. Benny, I just come over to ask you if you...
Close the door, will you, Dennis?
Okay.
Now, Dennis, what did you... Dennis, how do you like that? He locked himself out. Oh, well, if you... Come in.
Oh, Mr. Benny, I just come over to ask you if it would be all right
Dennis,
with you
when
if
I told you to close the door, I meant you should come in first.
Oh.
Now, what did you want to ask me?
If I could use your phone, our house is on fire.
Now, Dennis, don't be silly. If your house is on fire, why would you come all the way to Beverly Hills to use the phone?
I want the firemen to think I'm a big shot.
Dennis, close the door, will you? Just my luck. This time he stayed on the inside. Now, look, kid, I'm busy, so don't bother me with all these silly things you make up. Come on, Mary, let's finish this inventory.
Okay.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yes.
I thought you were cleaning house like my mother did the other day.
I'm not cleaning house.
Boy, did she get rid of a lot of stuff. She threw some old curtains out of the living room, a broken rocking chair out of the bedroom, and she even took the moose head out of the shower.
Now, Mary, let's... Dennis, she took what out of the shower?
The moose head.
You're going to ignore that, eh, Mary?
I certainly am.
My father put it there, but my
mother...
mother...
Wait a minute. Hold it a minute. I know I'll regret asking you this. But why would your father put a moose head in the shower?
The other end would look silly.
Well, that I can understand. Now, Dennis, besides your house being on fire and your father being in a shower with a moose, what else is new?
Well, I've been rehearsing my song all week. Would you like to hear it?
I'd love to. Anything. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hold it a minute, Dennis.
Yes, sir.
Hello? Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Mel Blanc.
Hello, Mel. What is it?
Mr. Benny, I've been on your program for 10 years now, and I ain't never complained before, but this time I got it.
What's the matter?
It's about the part you got me playing in Sunday's show. Some part, oh, brother.
Now, wait a minute, Mel. Sunday's program is about Thanksgiving, isn't it?
Yeah?
And what's the most important thing connected with Thanksgiving?
A turkey.
Well, that's the part you're playing.
Well, I don't like it. Always you make me an animal. Why can't I have a talking part and be a human being?
Look, Mel.
Sometimes you make me a rabbit.
A rabbit?
Yeah. What's that?
Look, Mel.
Or a woodpecker?
Mel. Look, Mel. Mel, look, I'm busy.
Once you even cast me as an English horse.
An English horse? Mel, I'm sorry, just that you have to play the parts that are needed.
You may not realize it, Mr. Benny, but I'm pretty important to you.
Important?
Yeah, if it wasn't for me, you'd never get any place.
What are you talking about? I wouldn't get any place.
Every time you start that lousy Maxwell, I almost break a blood vessel going... That's all the things I do on a program. Now I want some talking parts. I'm a human being.
Now, look, Mel, either you stop this complaining or I'll let you go.
You wouldn't fire me.
All right. But Sunday you're playing a turkey, and that's final.
What made you so mad at Mel, Jack?
Oh, he's always complaining. I got a half a notion to fire him.
You better not. He's too important to the show.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Go ahead and sing, Dennis. Very good. Now, just sit down for a few minutes. I want to finish my inventory.
We've got it all listed, boss, and you've got plenty of everything for the Thanksgiving dinner.
Good. We won't have to do any shopping then.
How big a turkey did you get?
Turkey? I knew I forgot something.
You mean you forgot to buy the turkey?
Yeah, but there's still plenty of time.
Oh, don't wait till the last minute. You ought to go and get one right now.
Well, will you go with me, Mary?
Sure, let's go.
I'll stay here.
Good, good. Gee, Mary, we're having a break in the weather lately. It's such a lovely day, you know?
Yes, we usually do have good weather around Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh, Mary, look over there at those boys playing football.
Hey, Joey, take it to me now.
They're nice kids, Mary. They're in my Beverly Hills Beavers Club, you know? The bigger one is Stevie Kent. His folks live on the corner. Every time I go for a walk, I stop and talk with him. Hey, Stevie! Throw the ball over here!
Huh? Oh, Mr. Benny, here it comes. Look out! I think it's too high. You'll have to run for it. Faster! You better jump for it. Wow! What a catch!
Say, that was a good catch, Mary. How'd you do it?
I don't know, but you could buy me a new girdle for Christmas.
I will.
Say, Mr. Benny, you know, you haven't been to a single meeting of the Beavers Club since the 1st of September.
I know, Stevie. It's unfortunate that you hold your meetings on Sunday afternoon because, you see, every Sunday I do a radio program and every third Sunday I do a television show.
Oh. Well, you know you get fined a nickel for every meeting you miss.
I know. I've been trying to get my broadcast changed. Well, we'll talk about it later. Come on, Mary. We better get down to the market. Gee, these supermarkets are so big, I always get lost in them.
Jack, there's the poultry department over there.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Mary. Let's walk over to the counter and we'll,
Hello, Mr. Benny. Well, Mr. Kessler.
Mr. Kissel, what are you doing working in the poultry department?
Well, I got the job on account of my uncle.
Oh, he owns the market?
No, I owe him money.
Oh, well, look, Mr. Kittle, I want to buy a turkey. Are they very expensive? You mean they're that high?
Come here a minute.
Huh?
Step closer. Do you know what turkeys are selling for today?
No.
Come a little closer.
Huh?
Lean over a little.
What?
63 cents a pound.
Well, why did you have to bring me over there?
I don't want the turkeys to get conceited.
Gee, 63 cents a pound. That's a lot of money for turkeys.
Say, they got to live too.
I suppose so. Say, Mary, look at those turkeys lying there, so cold and still. Just think, a few days ago they were happy, carefree, and gay. And now they're 63 cents. Now they're dead. Mr. Kitzel, how old were these turkeys when they were killed?
About 8 months.
Didn't even have a chance to live. I feel terrible.
You'd feel a lot worse if they were 73 cents a pound.
I suppose so. But I don't know, Mary, when I see that turkey lying there like that, I can't help but think of its mother. See how lonesome she must be.
Don't worry, that's all laying right next to him.
Oh.
Say, Jack, while you're getting the turkey, I better shop around and get some things for the stuffing.
I think I have everything at home, Mary.
What about cracker crumbs?
Plenty.
Stale bread?
2 loaves.
Oysters?
1 can.
Sage?
39.
What?
I thought you said age. Yes, we have everything.
Well, Mr. Benny, what's your pleasure if I can be so pleasant?
Well, I'd like to get a live turkey, about 25 pounds.
Live turkeys are over there, down by the end of the counter.
Oh, yes. I think I'll take that one on the right. It looks nice and plump.
Put on your glasses. That's my wife. Oh, yes. Sorry. I wish I could get 63 cents a pound for her.
What?
Nothing. I'm daydreaming.
Now, Mr. Kitzel, what would you suggest?
Well, if you want a nice live turkey, how's about this one over here?
Say, Jack, this one's nice and plump.
Oh, I've seen turkeys look plump, but they were all feathers. I'm going to feel this one myself. Hold still, turkey.
You and your cold hands.
Well, how much does this turkey weigh?
About 160 pounds.
I thought so. Why does this turkey weigh so much?
He's also an English horse.
Oh. Well, all right, Mr. Kitzel, we'll take this turkey. Come on, turkey. Come on, I'll take you home. Come on, Mary.
Jack, look out. The turkey's getting away.
Quick, Mary, try to grab him. He's running out in the street.
Jack, the car almost ran over the turkey and killed him.
I'm sure glad it didn't. Mel Blanc is too important to this program.
Yeah.
Come on, Mary, let's go home.
Jack will be back in just a minute.
Well, Rochester, the gang will be over this evening for Thanksgiving dinner. Is everything ready?
Yes, sir.
Then put the turkey in the oven.
But, boss.
Do as I say. Put the turkey in the oven.
But, boss.
Rochester, I'm telling you to put the turkey in the oven.
Now, wait a minute. This has gone far enough. After all, I'm a human being.
Oh, Mel, you spoiled the whole illusion. Good night, folks.
The Jack Benny program is written by Sam Perrin, Milt Josephsberg, George Balzer, John Tackerberry, Al Gordon, Al Goldman, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Marks. Be sure to hear The American Way with Horace Height for Lucky Strike every Thursday over this same station. Consult your newspaper for the time. The Jack Benny program is brought to you by Lucky Strike, product of the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes.
Presents the Mel Blanc Show with Mary Jane Croft, Joe Kearns, Jerry Hausner, Hans Conried, Earl Ross, the Sportsman, Victor Miller and his orchestra, and starring the creator of the voice of Bugs Bunny.
What's up, Doc?
Yes, Colgate Tooth Powder for a breath that's sweet and teeth that sparkle brings you the Mel Blanc Show with Mel playing his new character, Zookie.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
Starring himself in person, Mel Blanc.
Hi, folks. Ugga, ugga, boo, boo, ugga.
It's close to Thanksgiving, and in Mel Blanc's little town, courageous suitors are taking advantage of the holiday spirit to approach prospective fathers-in-law on a delicate subject. In one house where Sam Green has asked Mr. Brown if he may marry his daughter, Mr. Brown is saying,
Sam Green, I'm going to set the date next week.
And in another house where Henry Adams has asked Mr. Jones if he may marry his daughter, Mr. Jones is saying,
Henry Adams, I'm going to make you a junior partner in my firm.
And in the Colby house where Mel Blanc has asked Mr. Colby if he may marry his daughter Betty, Mr. Colby is saying,
Mel Blanc, I'm going to break every bone in your body.
Thanksgiving Eve, and in order to get in Mr. Colby's good graces again, Mel Blanc is holding a Thanksgiving party in his Fix-It shop. He has invited a few of his friends for Thanksgiving dinner. Right now, we find Mel and his girl Betty setting the table. Knife, plate, fork, knife, plate, fork, knife, fork.
Mel, those were the last two plates. Now what'll you do?
Oh, don't worry. Knife, piece of plate, fork. Knife, piece of plate, fork. Gosh, what a beautiful table.
Yes, there's the celery stalks, stuffed olives, candied yams, cranberry sauce, all the fixings.
And in the center, that great big, beautiful 15-pound salami.
But Mel, Father will be awfully mad. He's expecting turkey.
Oh, I took care of that. I scooped out the center of the salami and I stuffed it with chestnut dressing. And besides, Betty, what difference does it make? Salami or turkey? It's the spirit of Thanksgiving that counts.
But, Mel...
Anyway, the orphans' home needed the turkey much more than I did.
Oh, darling, I love you for giving the turkey to the orphans' home. You always were a softy for children.
Well, Betty, you know how I feel about us. Someday we'll get married and we'll have a little two-room house.
Yes. Then after a while, we'll add another room.
Betty, I refuse to have your father live with us.
Darling, I mean children. After we get married, there's no reason why we can't have 3, 4, or 5.
Yeah, and if we like them, the next year we'll have some more.
Well, if Dad gets mad at you for not having turkey, I'm going to tell him why.
Oh, that's another thing, Betty. I don't want you to tell your father anything. Don't tell anybody. I did it. I'm glad I did it, but I don't have to advertise it.
Ah, that's the nicest thing I ever heard, darling. For that, I'm going to give you a great big kiss. Well, now say something.
Such a kiss for a 15-pound turkey?
Yes.
Gosh, I wish it had been 50 pounds. Well, if it isn't our lodge secretary, Earl Ross. Hey, how you feeling, Brother Ross?
Potato salad.
Oh, yeah, Betty made it. Say, why don't you try some?
Well, just a small plate. I don't want to spoil my appetite. Delicious. Pass the olives, Mel. No, not the green one. There's a picture of a green one.
Say, why don't you have another sandwich?
No, thanks. I've already had 2.
I've already had 4, but who's counting? Go on, have another one.
Oh, here comes Father, Mel.
Say, who's that fellow with him?
Oh, that's Willie Murdoch. Father just hired him to manage the supermarket. He's rather nice.
Rather nice. Betty, have you gone out with him?
Well, Father insisted that I go to the movies with him last night.
You and Willie at the movies? Dark places? Betty, why didn't you tell me?
Well, darling, it's Thanksgiving, and I didn't want to upset you. Now, you be nice to him.
Hello, Mel. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving, Mr. Colby.
Oh, Mel, I want you to meet my new manager, Willie Murdoch.
Hello, Mr. Murdoch.
Hello, Blank. Heard a lot about you from Mr. Colby. Don't let it get you down.
Willie, this is Mr. Ross, secretary of our Loyal Order of Benevolent Zebras. Mr. Ross is a very good friend of mine.
Oh, well, Mr. Colby, any good friend of yours is a good friend of mine. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Ross.
Hash musty.
This is a very nice fix-it shop you got here, Blank, but I've got a couple of ideas to improve it. First of all, it's too stuffy in here.
Well, it could use a little air conditioning.
Blank, you can't condition this air. You got to get rid of it. And next, you take down that picture of the city dump on the wall.
Murdoch, that's no picture. You're looking through the window.
Oh, well. I see Miss Colby is unattached. Better go over and attach myself. Get it?
Thanksgiving. Why couldn't the Pilgrim Fathers have landed on him?
It's Zookie. Hello, Zookie. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, hello, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas.
Hello, Zookie.
Oh, hello,
Betty.
Thanks.
Say, how do you like my new dress, Zookie?
Oh, gosh, Betty, you're the most beautiful. You're the quintessence of lovely, and you're the acme of
Oh, by the way, Zookie, I got a letter from my cousin Dottie and a new picture of her. Here, look. Cousin Dottie is so shy and sweet and coy. What do you think of her bathing suit? Zookie, can I get you a little something before dinner? What would you like?
I'd like some potato here. I'd like some some candy there. Yeah. I'd like that picture of Dottie.
Say, Betty, did you know that Mel invited us here for Thanksgiving dinner and there's no turkey?
Well, you're right, Mr. Colby. Mel invited us for Thanksgiving dinner and there's no turkey.
Why, Thanksgiving isn't Thanksgiving without turkey.
That's exactly my thought, Mr. Colby. Thanksgiving isn't Thanksgiving without turkey.
Huh. This guy can easily be replaced with a sheet of carbon paper.
I tell you, this is preposterous. Zookie, where's Mel?
Oh, he went back to the kitchen.
Oh. Well, I want to talk to him. And Murdoch, Willie, you take care of Betty.
Oh, well, if you say so, Mr. Colby. Anything you say goes, Mr. Colby. I'm your boy, Mr. Colby. You know you can count on me, Mr. Colby.
Mel is in a jam again. I got to go and explain everything to you. I gotta go and warn it. I gotta go and tip him. I gotta go.
Use Colgate tooth powder. Keep smiling just right. Use it each morning and use it each night. Don't take a chance with your romance. Use Colgate tooth powder.
No dates for you this festive season? Could a breath of trouble be the reason? Maybe, because that breath of trouble, I mean unpleasing breath, has brought unhappiness to thousands. Don't let it mark you down. Just do this. Brush your teeth night and morning and before every date with Colgate tooth powder. For Colgate tooth powder cleans your breath as it cleans your teeth. For Colgate tooth powder cleans your breath as it cleans your teeth. Yes, scientific tests have definitely proved that in 7 cases out of 10, Colgate tooth powder instantly stops unpleasing breath that originates in the mouth. What's more, no dentifrice at any price cleans your teeth more quickly and thoroughly than Colgate tooth powder. Remember to buy it first thing, and remember the name, Colgate tooth powder, with the accent on powder.
Don't take a chance with your romance. Use Colgate tooth powder.
Now, Victor Miller, the Sportsman, and their holiday arrangement of Good Night, Ladies.
Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. We're gonna leave you now. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along o'er the deep blue sea, o'er the deep blue sea. Farewell, ladies.
Goodbye.
So long.
Good night.
Farewell, ladies.
Goodbye.
So long.
Good night.
Farewell, ladies. For we're gonna leave you now. Merrily, merrily we roll along. Merrily, merrily we roll along. Merrily, merrily we roll along o'er the deep blue sea. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along o'er the deep blue. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along o'er the deep. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along o'er the. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along o'er the deep, deep blue sea.
Well, Mel Blanc is giving a Thanksgiving party in his fix-it shop to get in the good graces of his girl's father, Mr. Colby. But so far, everything is going wrong. Mr. Colby is mad because there's no turkey. Willie Murdoch, the new supermarket manager, is making a play for Mel's girl. Right now, the party is in full swing, but we find Mel disconsolately talking to Betty's kid brother, Tommy, in a corner of the shop.
Boy, is my dad sore at you, Mel.
Yeah, Tommy, and I gave this party just to make an impression on him. What can I do to please your father?
Mel, I know something you can do that'll surely please him.
You do? What is it?
No, you're too young to die. Oh, anyway, my papa's mad at you for having salami instead of a turkey at this party.
Yeah, I know.
Mel, why don't you tell my pop you gave the turkey to the orphans' home?
Now, you keep out of this, Tommy. The reason I'm not saying anything is because this year your father forgot to give them a turkey himself. And if I said anything about it, it would only embarrass him.
Oh.
Oh, Mel, here comes our large president, Mr. Cushing.
Good, I'll go over and welcome him.
Holiday greetings, Brother Blank. Ugga-ugga-boo,
Greetings, mighty potentate. Ugga-ugga-boo, ugga-boo-boo, ugga. How are things?
Wonderful. Happiest Thanksgiving I ever had.
Well, where's the wife?
Home in bed with laryngitis. Happiest Thanksgiving I ever had.
Gee, that's too bad. How's she feeling?
Darn that penicillin.
Say, how did you get laryngitis?
Well, Mel, we went to the UCLA-USC football game. Little woman went completely berserk, kept screaming her head off.
She did?
Yeah, with the first opportunity she ever had to yell at 22 men all at once.
You mean now she can't talk at all?
Not a word. She just lies there in bed and hisses. Empty the garbage pail, shake out the carpet sweeper, clean up the kitchen. I wish she wouldn't tell me what to do.
I have my own system for doing the housework. Gosh, Mr. Cushing, it must be tough living with your wife.
Mel, if you only knew. Last night we went out and she said, "Look at me, John, I'm dressed up to kill." Gad, what a temptation. I tell you, Mel, I'd leave that woman in a minute if she didn't have all that money. I don't know why I'm standing here telling you all this. It's just that I don't know the doctor.
Oh, cheer up, Mr. Cushing. When you get your wife a Christmas present, everything will be okay.
Well, she's already hinted about a present. She wants some beauty aid. Ha!
Now, Mr. Cushing, after all, beauty is only skin deep.
Mel, she's already been peeled. The nerve of that woman. She asked me for a beauty makeup kit.
Well, what are you going to get her?
With her face, a box of Dr. Scholl's foot pads. Nothing helped that woman, Mel.
Well, I have to let you in for another disappointment, mighty potentate.
Huh?
I haven't any turkey.
What a relief.
You're happy not to see a turkey?
Mel, are you forgetting? I've been looking at my wife all day. Well, on to the party. Oh, I see Brother Colby here. Greetings, Brother Colby. Ugga-ugga-boo, ugga-boo-boo, ugga.
Greetings, mighty potentate. Ugga-ugga-boo, ugga-boo-boo, ugga.
And there's Brother Ross. Greetings, Brother Ross. Ugga-ugga-boo, ugga-boo-boo, ugga.
Ugga-ugga-boo, ugga-boo, but pass us all ugga.
And little Tommy. Ugga-ugga-boo, ugga.
All right, Mr. Cushing, all right.
Well, I'm sorry. Sort of run away with Muggaboos, huh?
All right, come on, everybody. Let's all have fun. Does anybody want to hear me impersonate Charles Boyer? All right, I'll sing a song.
Anybody hear the story about the cop in Brooklyn?
Shall I sing now?
You've never heard this story before.
Is it about the cop finding the dead horse on Kosciuszko Avenue?
Uh-huh.
And he can't say Kosciuszko, so he moves the horse to Main Street? Shall I sing now?
No! I'll tell another one, and I know you don't know this story. A fellow was having soup in a restaurant, and he called over the head waiter. "See here, sir," he exclaimed. "There's a fly in this soup." And what do you think the head waiter said?
Did he say, "What do you want for a dime, an elephant?"
Yes, I wish you'd drop dead. I'll try one more story now.
All right, everybody quiet now. Mr. Colby's going to try one more story. Go ahead, Mr. Colby. Everybody keep quiet.
Thanks, Murdoch, thanks. Well, it seems a man in a restaurant called the waitress over and said, "My cocoa is cold." "Well," replied the waitress, "if your cocoa is cold, put your hat on it."
Oh, very funny. Very, very funny.
Shall I sing now, Mr. Colby?
I've had enough from you, Mel Blanc. You've ruined my entire evening.
His entire evening.
Father, let's...
And you've got a nerve inviting people to a Thanksgiving party and not even having any turkey.
Yeah, not having any turkey.
But, Father...
Hey, when do we eat? I'm starved.
That's a good idea. Come on, Father, let's eat.
Oh, all right.
Okay, everybody, sit down now.
There's a
Fine, yes. This food looks wonderful. No home cooking.
Well, everybody seated?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. I'll carve the salami. Who wants a leg?
I do.
I do.
Everybody wants a leg. I should have gotten an octopus.
I'd rather have turkey.
Colby, will you stop? Everyone knows salami is much safer than turkey.
Safer?
Yes, no bones.
Oh.
Well, Tommy, what part do you want?
I want the part that goes over the counter last.
And how about you, Brother Ross?
Well, I don't know. I'm losing my appetite. Just give me the dark meat.
The salami is all dark meat.
That's what I said. Just give me the dark meat.
Oh, Murdoch? What part do you want?
I always let Mr. Colby choose first.
All right, Mr. Colby, what part would you like?
Oh, this has gone too far. I refuse to sit here and be made a fool of.
Oh, but Mr. Colby...
Well, this can't go on any longer. I'm going to tell Father.
Betty, please.
Huh? Tell me why.
Why we haven't any turkey tonight.
Oh, come in.
Is Mr. Blank here?
I'm Mel Blanc, little boy.
Mr. Blank, I'm from the orphan's home. I brought you a piece of your turkey.
You did?
Yes. It tasted so good, all the boys wanted you to have some. They wanted me to tell you how much they appreciated you remembering them on Thanksgiving Day.
Gee, thanks.
They also asked me to give a message from all the boys at the home. Do you mind if I give it?
No, go ahead.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Mel Blanc, hooray!
Thanks a lot.
So long, Mr. Blank.
So long.
Gee, wasn't that sweet?
Mel, you gave your turkey to the orphanage? Oh, why didn't you tell us about it?
Well, you're right again, Mr. Colby. Mel Blanc, why didn't you...
Oh, shut up!
Well, Mel, he didn't want to tell you because you forgot to give your turkey this year.
What? Why, I always give a turkey to the orphanage. In fact, I told Willie Murdoch... Murdoch, didn't you deliver that?
Mr. Colby, it slipped my mind.
Oh, it did. Murdoch, come here. I'm going to break every bone in your body.
Quiet, everybody. Mr. Colby's going to break every bone in his body. Gee, it sounds good on somebody else. Oh, forget it, Mr. Colby. It's Thanksgiving. Let's forgive.
Yes, you're right, Mel.
Yeah, let's forgive and let's eat.
All right, here. Sit next to me, Mel, my son.
Thanks, Pop.
Nothing like the smell of salami on Thanksgiving.
You see, Betty, it's like I said. What difference does it make, salami or turkey? It's the spirit of Thanksgiving that counts. This is Mel Blanc saying Happy Thanksgiving, and
that's all, folks.
Bud Houston reminding you that Colgate Tooth Powder for breath is sweet and teeth is sparkle brings you the Mel Blanc Show every Tuesday at this time. Be sure and join us again next Tuesday night for more fun with Mel and the people you'll meet in Mel Blanc's Fix-It Shop.
Say hello to Halo Shampoo for naturally bright and beautiful hair. Remember, even finest soaps and soap shampoos hide the natural luster of your hair with dulling soap film. But Halo Shampoo contains no soap, therefore leaves no dulling soap film. Even in hardest water, Halo makes oceans of rich, fragrant lather, quickly banishes loose dandruff and dirt. Halo needs no lemon or vinegar rinse. Say hello to Halo and goodbye to dulling soap film. Get Halo Shampoo at any cosmetic counter.
Remember, Mel Blanc every Tuesday night at this time. This is PBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Let's talk turkey to Japan. Radio station KPO, in connection with NBC's War Bond Day, brings you a special program. Thank you, America. With George Mardikian, Rudy Valley, Tony Freeman, and the KPO Orchestra. Thanksgiving Day, set aside in colonial days as a day of giving thanks for the blessings of freedom. To most American youngsters, Thanksgiving has always meant Turkey Day. And today, when those same youngsters are fighting on far-flung battlefronts to preserve that freedom, how better can we show our Thanksgiving than by enlisting our dollars to talk turkey to Japan? In this program, transcribed yesterday for presentation this morning, we bring you two fellow Americans, one native-born, the other a man who dates his real birth from the year 1922, when he first beheld the Statue of Liberty after fleeing from a land oppressed and enslaved. These two friends, Rudy Valley and George Mardikian, have just come to our studios from the annual Thanksgiving dinner for war-wounded servicemen held at Omar Khayyam's restaurant here in San Francisco. Ladies and gentlemen, we present a man who really knows how to talk turkey and to serve it, too. George Mardikian, world-famous chef, great humanitarian, and great American.
Who has more reasons to thank America than an Armenian who has come to this land exactly 22 years ago without the knowledge of English and without any money? Here in that 22 years' time, I have been able to accomplish something that I'm very proud of. Not because the big amount of money that I have been able to make, but the amount of friends, the kindness that I have seen that the Americans have shown to me. There is nothing in the world that has given me a greater pride than the fact that you, the people of America, have given me the right to call myself also an American. That is something that is far more than any amount of money that I have been able to make. And that is the reason that I feel that every one of us, whether born in this country or born on the other side, who call himself an American, must feel that we have reasons. We have and we must thank America for being so wonderful to us, for giving to the world a land such as ours, this beautiful country of ours. Ladies and gentlemen, I can go on and telling you all about the wonderful things that this country of ours has to offer to people from every walk of life. But I'm not going to, because I have a very important and very dear friend of mine whom I want you to meet. A man who has done so much by uplifting others, giving them the opportunities that they have deserved. And that man is none other than one of the great personalities of America. He is not only a great man on the radio and a great man on the screen or stage, but he's a great person with a great heart. That man, ladies and gentlemen, is my very cherished friend, Rudy Valley, who came all the way from Hollywood to entertain our wounded boys. And I take pleasure in introducing to you my very dear friend, Rudy Valley.
George, I wish my reasons for gratitude to America were as unselfish and altruistic as yours. I'm afraid they're a little more personal. From Maine and Vermont, my youthful birthplaces and place of living, I got my good health and all the things that a boy gets in his youth. And from New York and radio in 1927, when I found radio ready for apparently the simple formula that I had to offer it, came a fame and a glory that has lasted for a great many years and for which I'm deeply grateful. I'm afraid all I can say that I gave in return is at least to tickle the risibilities and the funny bones of radio listeners, to bring them maybe a bit of dramatic and music and human warmth through the air, and if I have done that, I'm deeply grateful to America for giving me the fame and fortune that have been mine.
Well, Rudy, if you only know how much joy you have given to all of America, and the joy that you gave this afternoon to over 225 of our wonderful youth, wounded boys, that was the greatest thing anybody wants to accomplish, and you have done so. I'm proud to call you my friend. Now, I tell you, Rudy, you have been an inspiration to me, and one of those inspirations has been the cause that just recently, about 2 weeks ago, I gave a donation of $10,000 to the Armenian Relief Corps. Now, this is very funny that an American citizen should give $10,000 to an Armenian organization. I'll tell you the reasons why I gave that. With the specific understanding that Armenian Relief Corps would invest that $10,000 into war bonds, because I feel that my country needs that money, and that must be used for the purchase of war bonds.
In Armenia?
In Armenia. And those war bonds will bring in at least $250 every year as an interest. And that interest should be applied as a scholarship for the best student in the college in Lebanon, the Armenian Junior College, where that boy, this is a specific understanding with the Relief Corps and myself, that boy must learn English while he's studying his work in the school. And then when he graduates with that scholarship, I will bring that boy to America with all his expenses paid, and I will stand all his expenses amounting to $1,500 a year for one pure purpose, that that man must learn Americana. He must learn our ways, how this country was built and how wonderful this land is. And after he graduates from one of our colleges here in America, he must return back where he came from. By that, I feel that he will go back to his native land, and he will tell people what a wonderful country this is to live in, and what a wonderful democracy this is to be in. And that is my objective. And that's the way I feel that someday I hope that every other person that are in my position should do their utmost to give their birthplace, students from their birthplace, to bring them to America and show them our American way and sending them back. I feel that that way we will be able to do something nice that is worthwhile. Now, Rudy, I can go on talking all the time, but will you please give me your idea? What did you think of our boys this afternoon?
It's the old tried phrase, but it's the honest one that I can use at this moment, that the boys thrilled me as I hope we pleased them. And it was a wonderful sight, something I'll never forget, George.
Well, Rudy, you were so wonderful, and it's such a great satisfaction to see those boys of ours who have given everything to enjoy themselves. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
It was my privilege, George.
For doing that. I tell you, there are so many reasons to be thankful for. And one of the most important reasons is that when I first came to America, I'll never forget the first time I read those words graven in the lasting marble on the base of the Statue of Liberty. Those words are graven in my heart. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest toast to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
Yes, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Words of hope to the oppressed the world over. Words expressing the spirit of America, land of freedom. Earlier in this program, my good friend George Mardikian told you what those words mean to a man coming to this country from a foreign shore. He has told you what they mean to him as an American. And at the annual Thanksgiving dinner at Omar Khayyam's restaurant, I couldn't help thinking of the debt we owe to our fellow Americans who are fighting to keep that spirit of America burning. Fighting so that for all time that noble lady in stone in New York Harbor may raise her lamp beside the golden door. Someday soon we hope our soldiers now in Europe will be sailing into that harbor. They will see the Statue of Liberty in the early morning mists, and grim fighting men though they are, there'll be many a tear on their rugged faces. But friends, we all know that this war will not be over until every American fighting man can lay down his arms and come home. And we all know that that can't. Jap soldiers defeated. The one sure way of crushing the Japs is to give our men the ships and guns, tanks and planes they must have for total victory. And that's where you come in, right now. America's 6th war loan drive is on, as if you didn't know. The war bonds you buy now will help crush the Japs, will help break the Siegfried line, will bring our fighting men home sooner. Is there anything to prevent you from buying at least one extra $100 war bond? For $75 invested, back come $100 at maturity, without the worry, the sleepless nights, the grief, the attendant miseries that attend most investments. No shrinkage. It's always there when you need it. Someday when you need it most badly. $100 back for every 75 put in. Right now, today, Turkey Day. let's talk turkey to Japan.
Radio station KPO, in connection with NBC's War Bond Day, has brought you by transcription a special program, Thank You America, with George Mardikian, Rudy Valley, and Tony Freeman at the KPO Orchestra. Thank You America came to you from San Francisco's Radio City.